On the Turbo Mist sprayer, you have the option between VF19s and Bragula valves. The VF19s is a brass valve with an on-off lever, and there are two cap options for the nozzles, which are imperial thread. The Bragula valve has a round screw cap to open and close and is an anti-drip valve. There are also two caps specific to this valve. You can see the cap differences for either valve. The reason we have different styles of caps is for the different nozzles you can use. The longer nozzle is a TXVK. We have ceramic and disc swirl plate and TXR nozzles. So depending on the nozzle you are going to use, there is a cap best suited for it. For example, if you're using a ceramic nozzle and swirl plate, it would not be able to fit in this cap. You would use the shorter cap, and it fits, well, just like this. On the VF19 valve, you would use the extended cap because you do not want to squish it or over-tighten the ceramic, causing it to break. As you can see, you can use the same nozzle on either nozzle body or valve. The other style of nozzle fits properly into the other caps. These are the nozzle screen filters. When you are putting your nozzles into the sprayer, you would put the screen in first, and then place the nozzle over it. This demonstration is how to balance the booms on your Turbo Mist sprayer. This is for when you are driving down the row and you want to shut one side off and keep the calibration the same, and while maintaining the same pressure as when they are both flowing. Firstly, you want to make sure the PTO is hooked up. Secondly, you want to make sure you have at least 120 gallons of water or more in the tank. Thirdly, we have a black bypass valve below our regulator. This red knob is regulator and this is our bypass. If you want to make sure the bypass valve is closed, when it is in the open position, you will not be able to gain any pressure as it will be dumping the water back into the tank. So ensure it's in the closed position. This is our regulator. What you want to do is toggle back on the regulator. Don't worry about it coming off. There is a screw that holds it on there. If you do not toggle it back when you start up, you can overbuild pressure and spike the system. This is the dump valve. You will see that there is a 1 and a 0 inside the handle. If you are in the down position or 0, you are putting water back into the tank. If you lift the handle up, you will be in the on position and you will now be putting water to the booms. We suggest you leave it down into the off position to start with. Next, we open up the nozzles that we are calibrating for. For demonstration, we have opened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nozzles on each side. Before we speak about the control box, the first thing to go through is how to set ground zero on the sprayer so you are dialed in from there. On the control box, we have the master switch and the pressure switch. What we want to do is toggle the pressure all the way up. We are closing the valves to restrict the pressure, so when you are in the cab, you can toggle up and down between the pressures that you want. Next, check that the booms are off. Once we have these parameters set, we are going to engage the PTO and we can start up the sprayer. Turn the master on, open the right-left boom. I'm going to turn the regulator to build pressure to my desired 100 psi. That is with both booms open. Now, what happens when you switch one boom off? The pressure drops. At the back of your sprayer, you want to close off the blue handle bypass valve until you reach 100 psi on the pressure gauge. Open the booms again, your pressure should maintain close to that 100 psi. Now you can use the pressure adjust on your controller to set for exactly 100 psi. You will now be able to turn either boom on or off while maintaining the 100 psi. You are now set for calibration. On a Turbo Mist sprayer, we have these T-handles on each side, which is used to lock down the outlet, whether it's an orchard head or a tower. When you loosen it, you can move the outlet to adjust the pitch and direction. Then tighten them down by turning the T-handle. This is a Turbo Mist orchard head that we will demonstrate on how to adjust the wind to your target. So what you want to do is loosen the T-handles on both sides and then rotate the outlet. In this position, you are directing the wind and the product to this area or direction of your canopy. Tighten the T-handles firmly and you are done. The standard sprayer comes with 2 zones, a left and a right zone. This sprayer comes with 4 zones. This is what we refer to as split booms. You can identify this by the number of valves located on the manifold. Here there are 4 valves that you can switch on or off. If you follow the hoses from the valves, you will come to a set of final filters that are fully flushable. From there, the hose continues to 2 sections of the boom on one side of the outlet. This will give you an upper and a lower zone on each side to use. These are called Bragula valves, which is an anti-drip valve. If you turn the cap and you see the green underneath the cap, it means that it is open. When you close it, it shuts it off, and the green disappears. What is important to know is that if the diaphragm wears out, you can buy a replacement kit rather than a whole new valve, and that will only replace the diaphragm.